What's up and welcome back to Nap Time Builder. Here we are. We're messing with the Jeep again, okay? Hopefully for a while we ain't got no more Dodge Caravan. I've been having a struggle with that thing. It been whooping me. Look, I got battle scars. They're all the way up, halfway up my forearm. All them tight areas. I had to shove my arm and everything. But we're back with old Blue, okay? So if you watched the last video on the Jeep, then you know she turns over great and all that mess, but my fuel gauge don't work. That may or may not be in this video, because I'm gonna have to drop the tank to see, well, you know, before I order that part. But I do have a fuel sender and a new fuel pump for it. We was getting spark after the last video where I rigged up the original electronic ignition box. So we was getting spark after that. So I'm kind of confident in that. Probably shouldn't be. But we wasn't getting no fuel at all. So the thing is, that fuel pump that's on there is basically new. I mean, it's ran I've cranked it a handful of times on that fuel pump. It was working. So I'm wondering if that old pieced together cinder that I had to rig up and stick back in the tank is the problem. My biggest thing with it is, this is a 85 Ford Ranger chassis and everything. And I'm pretty positive that fuel sender is only, it don't have a return. This one does. So we'll probably have to cap that off or something. And also, this one has the level on it. If this one's ohms reading is the same as my gauge will do, then I'm totally fine with that, because that would be more accurate than the aftermarket one that I put in here anyways. If you watched that video, or if you didn't watch that video, go back to it on the playlist for the Jeep. She's a boat fuel sender, okay, or a level indicator. And it would have been fine if it would have worked where I was gonna put it. But then I messed up and put it in a spot of the sender, and then it didn't have a sender, then I had to take it out, and then I had to drill a hole and put it in another spot. Ended up being deeper in the tank, ended up not reaching the bottom of the tank, so it wouldn't have been correct either way. Needless to say, all your rigging don't always work out for you, okay? Well, after way too long, she's out. And I'm gonna pop the sender out of it, take a look at ours, see what the deal is here. I might try to, if it looks like it's gonna work, I might rig up a little tester to see if that sender can work with the gauge that I've got. Lord, I hope so, because that would be amazing. What we're gonna say? Them suckers got me. Got me. That sucks. And she was expensive too. A lot more than I wanted to pay. And ain't even what I need. So we'll find a way to cap this off. Hopefully use this down here. How? I don't know. Oh. Squat. Where's my flashlight?
She's in the water back there. She ought to be.
All right, y'all, look. We're sending that mug back. I'd have to rig it up, and I'd hate to have to rig up a daggum $70 part because they sent me the wrong one. I cleaned out the original one. I just threw it back in there, okay? It was not stopped up. I used brake clean and cleaned out the filter and everything. It seems good to me. At this point, I'm pretty, oh, and also my fuel gauge not reading, I'm pretty sure, because you know, if you watch that video, she's a little short. But there's probably about 5 gallons of gas in there. She ain't reading it because she's short. I tilted it just a little bit to make it be a little more fuel on that, just to hire more fuel on that end, made it raise up some. And when I put that in, I tested it before I bolted it in, it did work. So I'm hoping, you know, we'll test it or whatever, I guess. But tomorrow, because my timer just went off, I ain't got crap done today but the tank out, and that took freaking 45 minutes. That one bolt sucks. But that's all I can do today. We'll see y'all tomorrow. It's ridiculous. Guess I'll be taking that box back to O'Reilly's when I get a chance. What's up, y'all? It's been a couple days. Tank is still out. Parts are supposed to be here tomorrow. I went ahead and ordered another one of the the fuel level thingamadoogers. A couple inches longer than that one. That way it'll be further down in the tank. And, you know, she won't have to be a half tank before the thing even shows anything. So we got that on the way. I don't want to throw that tank back in there until I swap that out. Right now we're about to throw this new fuel pump on here. I hope and pray that's the issue, okay? That one technically is new. It's I don't know. Just having some problems, okay? They're cheap for this. Went ahead and got another one. Hopefully this fixes the issue. I'm gonna go ahead, if I can, and got room there, and throw a fuel filter in line there. That way it's easy to see if we got fuel. But that's what we're doing, okay? All right, so there's our bad boy right there. Nothing special. Here's a new one. You know, just like it, basically. All right, y'all, new fuel pump is in, even threw in a little inline. All right, just so we can visually see fuel. Hopefully getting up to there when we get this mess right here done. Now check the time. All right, now that that's done, and I can't move further anymore on the fuel side of things at the moment, why not replace this? This thing needs a new throttle cable. Look at this throttle cable. You gotta love it. Look at that thing. I'm pretty sure it's a boot string. There's a piece of hose, a couple clamps. I mean, she's lovely. Probably need to replace that at some point. But this is the brittle piece of junk that I was talking about. Here's the replacement. Well, let's turn her around. How about that? All right, whoop. Paper's in the way, but you know. She looks to be right anyways. I can't clear my throat for nothing. But this thing right here is brittle, man. It's flaking off and everything. And she's got a, see if you can see it. Right. And she's cracked and all that. So we're gonna take that off and put this new one on there. All right, y'all, we got her off there. Looks like the same one to me. Hopefully she'll work out just fine. All right, y'all, wouldn't be me doing anything if something wasn't going wrong. And guess what? Them are different fitting sizes. So I'm gonna chop off the flare on these right here. I found the two fittings I need. Yeah, both of them was different. But I found the two fittings I need. I'm gonna cut them off, the flares off of those, take them fittings off, hope and pray this line is the same size as the fittings I have here. If it is, we'll pop them mugs on there, go on about our business. If it is not, then we will leave that mug the way it is because I am not running brand new brake lines on this mug right now. I would like to get it running, you know, this other stuff back in and done before I tear all the brake lines out of this mug and redo them, okay? All right, y'all. We done what we can do today. Hopefully them parts come in for tomorrow. We can get that daggum tank level swapped out and get that tank up in there and hopefully try to crank this thing more. I'm hoping after fuel pump and us cleaning out that cinder and everything, hopefully we can get some fuel run through this thing tomorrow. I'd love to hear her fire up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's about what she's gonna sound like. That little 2.0 ain't got no cojones, okay? She go something sound like one of my kitty cats walking through the daggum house. But here's what we got. Got the new fuel pump on, like we said. Got the filter there. Look at that. Look at her. Look at it. Brand new. Look. Crusty to new, okay? Like I said, them fittings was different sizes. Thank the good Lord that the fittings I had that fit in this was actually for the right size line. So we got her all in there, tightened up, topped her off. I mean, that right there just, whew. That thing been looking bad for ever since I got this, ever since I bought the Ranger. And I knew I had bigger plans, so I went ahead with the bigger plans instead of worrying about that at the time. But that looks a lot better in there. So, that's about all I can do today. What's up, y'all? It's a couple days later. A day later, and I told you yesterday my parts would be here today. Well, this swing shift got me messed up. I had my days mixed up. Parts ain't gonna be here tomorrow. And when I found that out, I got pretty frustrated. But we got a gas jug and we got some line or some hose. I guess you can see where this is about to go. We're about to test this fuel pump out, and I'd love for this thing to fire up. I don't know if it's gonna work. I hope and pray it does though, because I'm tired of seeing it sit and not make a whole lot of progress. So a fire up right now and sit here and run for a minute or two would be top of the line for me, okay? And then that way we would know that I could go ahead and start shortening up my wires and everything under the hood because stuff's right, type of deal. So, you know, or a lot of it anyways. That's what we're about to do. If it don't run, then I might roll this sucker outside and set it on fire with the rest of the gas in that jug. I don't know. Because, you know, I'm just about at my wit's end. I kind of want to move on from it at some point here. I need her to run or I need her to go. You know, I mean, it's whatever. One of the two. We got the hose, or, you know, I got my fuel system hooked up here. I guess now we just hope and pray that battery's got some juice in it and this thing wants to crank up because I could use some motivation. I just ain't been too motivated the last few days and it's wearing on me. I think I need some more sleep, but heck, I can't get nothing done if I'm sleeping. So let's see if this old girl crank up for us. Well, that sucked. Well, she's a pumping. She is a pumping. Did I pump long enough? To get her on up in there is the question. We're getting fuel to the pump. I don't need to crack his liner here and see if we're actually getting it up to the carburetor. Well, then I guess I got a spark tester coming in tomorrow too, but I'm pretty sure we was getting spark the other day. I don't know, I guess we'll check it. Alright, so I cracked the line off the carburetor there. And right here at the bottom of the little filter, crack that loose, the fuel does come out. So we know we're getting fuel up to there. But when I loosened up the top side of that filter to the carburetor, like it didn't seem wet. You know, I expected when I got it loose for something to start leaking out of it too. Because that's all I had to do. I didn't even have to take that bottom one all the way off. So I just put me a little gas in a water bottle with a hole in the lid, squirted a little bit down in there. We're just gonna try it. If it busts off now, my theory is that little filter right there stopped it. Okay? That's one thing. So we're gonna try it out. Let's see. I don't know what kind of trickery or illusion I was under that day that I did the little electronic ignition box over here, but I would imagine that we don't have spark, okay? Because she's definitely got fuel. I squirted some straight down the daggum carburetor and it never even acted like it wanted to bust off, so. Apparently we got some things to look at. And I'm frustrated, so. Sounds about right. Let's check some things. So, little gas jug over there. You know, yesterday we did the fuel pump. Put the fuel filter on there. That way I could see the, you know, obviously filter the fuel, plus wanted to be able to see that it was coming up. It is. I've even tried pouring some straight down the carburetor. It's had fuel. I've tried and tried and tried till my battery's dead. I threw a jump box on it and all that. I did have one wire. I looked over all the wiring. I did have one wire that that I had going to the S terminal on the starter solenoid when it needed to be on the I terminal. I swapped that. But I've looked over all the wiring, and that's the only wire that I have found that I had wrong. And I've tried it since then. So it's getting fuel. I put it top dead center. I checked my firing order. I've clocked my distributor. You know, I just changed the plugs. The plugs in it was rough. That was one had fuel on it and everything, where I flooded her and everything, and that was nasty. That ain't changed anyways, whatever. But changed plugs, check for spark. It has spark. I was using a little test light check for spark, so you know, it don't take a whole lot to set one of those off. I do have a spark tester coming in tomorrow with the rest of my stuff for my fuel tank. I'm just kind of at a loss with this thing right now. And I love the Jeep. You know, it's different. I like different stuff. But I don't know. I'm just kind of at a loss with it. And my stuff that's coming in tomorrow for the fuel tank, that fuel level indicator, I mean, that's not going to make it run. We know that. So, you know, whatever, I guess. I guess tomorrow if parts come in, I'll throw that in, check my fuel level indicator, make sure it works. you know, throw the tank back up in it and all that. I might mess with it a little bit more. Use them spark testers to test the spark with those. I don't know how sensitive they are or whatever, so I'll test a couple things. But I'm just kind of at a loss with it. And honestly, after tomorrow, when I get the tank back up in it, test all that crap, if it still don't crank up, then I feel like I'm kind of done with the Jeep for a little while. Kind of done with it beating me up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I still need to throw the front seats in it and all that. But after that, I'm debating on just throwing a cover on it and putting it out here in front of the shop for a little bit. That way I can use this space for another vehicle. Because I'm just that done with it. I think we need a little time apart, you know. Kind of tired of looking at it at the point. But that's kind of where I'm at. So, just ain't working out for me today. Or for a while now, it seems. So, like I said, tomorrow parts come in, we'll get that knocked out. She most likely still won't crank, so. I don't know. Sometimes things just don't work out, and it's probably something stupid, to be quite honest with you. I ain't figured it out yet. I am curious, I mean, does it need a ballast resistor? I'm under the impression if you don't have a points distributor and you have electronic ignition, then I shouldn't need a ballast resistor, right? I don't know. I don't know. We might look into that. I need to do some research, I guess. But every time I look stuff up, I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, you know, so. So, she's beating me up. She needs to quit. Because I'm tired of it. That right there needs my attention. But this right here is so close to running that I was hoping to get it the rest of the way there. So. Dang it! It's always something. Sorry you had to listen to my little rant. Most of you won't listen to it anyway, so it's whatever. My videos only get like an average, I'm not saying everybody, but an average of like 5-6 minutes watch time anyways. For like a 20 to 35 minute video, so whatever. Most won't even see this. Moving on. What's up, y'all? This is next day. You know, another day, another headache. Here we are with the fuel tank. My longer fuel level indicator came in. It's just like this one, just 2 inches longer. And I think we're gonna be good. All right, so here's our new new level indicator in. There's my little connectors I've put on the ends there. That way, if we ever do have to take this out again, I don't have to cut the wires. I can just unconnect it. You know, color coded because we. All right, y'all. She is up in there, hooked up, strapped in, all that. She's still working. Now I need to unhook my auxiliary tank here and hook back up the tank in the Jeep, and I guess we'll give this thing another try. You know, I mean, that shouldn't change anything, but at least we'll be able to test to see if my original sender is working, because I questioned it before. I really don't want to take a tank out again, so I hope she's working. But fuel doesn't seem to be the issue, but you know. I did get an actual spark tester in today. We'll try that out in a couple different places and all that. Look, if we can't get this mug to pop off and act like she wants to run, then I'm gonna clear all the junk out of it and I'm gonna put her in a carport. Cause I'm about tired of her taking up space in here. I'm gonna let her sit out there in the cold. I mean, she'll be covered, but I'm gonna let her sit out there in the cold and let her think about what she's doing, okay? She needs some time out and I need some time away from it. All right, she's hooked back up. And she's got fuel pulled up in it, so my cinders are working, pumps are working. Battery's dead as all get out, but I'm gonna put a jump box on it, I guess. So, oh yeah, I got a question. What do y'all think about this right here? I stole one of my wheels off the Jeep just to see. Now, I'm not thinking about white for this. I'm kind of just thinking about the size. That's an 18, but it's a very low profile tire. I'm not sure if I want to go with 18s or maybe jump up to a 20 on the old 55 there. Kind of just trying to get an idea. But I mean, that with a bigger tire wouldn't look too bad either. So y'all just think on that. Just think on it. Let's try this out. Well, she's a flashing. I checked every spark plug, just why not? Every one, it was lighting up red, showing spark, whatever. It's obviously got fuel because it's coming up through the filter right at the carburetor, and overachiever, probably flooded it. But I went ahead and poured a little bit down the carburetor just to make sure. She never even busted off. Didn't even try. So, I really hate to end a video like this, but I've had a couple of them. Apparently this thing hates me after all the love I've showed it. I'm about ready to put it back on the daggum fence row where I found this sucker a couple years ago. But for now, we're just gonna move it to the carport. So, get it out of here. Up out of my face. Tired of looking at it every time I come to the shop. Feeling them beatings every time I look at it. So I gotta spin this thing around, push her down the driveway, and push her back up in the carport. So I really appreciate anybody who watched this video, because it's probably a hard one to watch. Hopefully you're tired of seeing me get my butt kicked too. But whatever, I guess. Comes with the territory. If you like messing with vehicles enough and you do enough of it, there's gonna be times that you ain't gonna win. Apparently this is one of them right now. So thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Who knows, I might even pull something else back up in the shop in its place. So who knows. Definitely need to get back on the F100 over there. At this point, I don't see that thing making it to F100 Super Nationals in September. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. All right, y'all. It's been a few days since I messed with the Jeep. I moved it out here because I was, just getting tired of looking at it. Well, what? I got some paint on me. But, we tried to crank it. We had spark, or it seemed like we had spark, seemed like we had fuel. I'm wondering if when I tried changing out the distributor, ended up having to go back with the original. I'm wondering if I put it 180 out, because I put 180 out and then it's trying to fire, or it would be trying to fire on the wrong rotation. So I think we're gonna try to swap it. All right, now with a little help from the Lincoln, let's see if we can get enough juice, see if this thing's gonna do anything. I need this wind, and she's been whooping me here lately. Let's try this again. she ain't ran in a while. Man, that's what I'm talking about. So excited, so glad that that's all it was. Man, and I had to, when I got out there, I made sure it was at top dead center. It was way off, distributor-wise, it was way off. So I took it out, turned it around to where it would hit one first. You know, like it should. And then I tried battery dead as all get out, you know, I had to jump it out or tried to jump box. It didn't help. I think that battery in it is just gone. But ended up trying jumper cables from the car. It didn't help much because the battery was just gone. I'd say it just wouldn't accept any. But so I ended up taking the battery off the car and setting it over on the fender and hooking it up. Man, that motor flipped over like a dream. But that first time I changed the distributor, it was wrong. All right, it was wrong. I'm trying not to show y'all anything over here or back there behind the camera. Because I'm a little ahead of you, okay? I've been doing some things since I got the Jeep up there. But, yeah, it didn't work the first time. So took the plug out again, got it back to top dead center, like the next closest top dead center. Changed the distributor again. And boy, she started trying. And then I was flooring it, man, foot to the floor trying to get that thing started, and it was spitting, sputtering, and everything. So I had to clock the distributor just a little bit. Man, that mug sat there, started purring, boy. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so excited right now. That's awesome. Can't tell me nothing right now. Anyways, at least we ended this video on a good note, okay? It's been a few days. I'll be honest with you, it's been about a week since I put the Jeep up there. I've been doing a whole lot of stuff in the background. Can I? That's all I'm showing. But yeah, that's freaking awesome, dude. So, and by the way, I was trying to set the seats ain't bolted down, but the hump there behind the seat from the Ranger chassis, way close. I mean, in them old Jeeps like that, you sit real close up on the steering wheel, yes, but I stretched it to not have that issue. So I'm gonna have to find some smaller seats that allow me to sit back further and everything. Maybe some little bomber seats. That'd be pretty cool. I might have to do that. Anyways, sorry, I got on a, squirrel. But so excited. Glad we ended this video on a good note, man. I was thrashing on that thing and it just beat me down. I've just been beating me down. Look, that's all my wiring because I ripped all that crap out. She's sitting there purring, just idling, like she ain't been sitting not running for a while. That's awesome. Pulling fuel. Gas gauge was working. What? Yeah. Oil light was on though. And I'm pretty sure other times messing with it, we had shown some oil pressure. So, but that is a very old sensor. So it could need oil pressure sensor. I let it sit there and run for a little while. The temperature should have rose some, but I don't know how much it would have rose. But the lowest that gauge goes is 100 degrees. So I don't know if it got, I'll have to try it again to say for sure on that one. But, whoo, boy, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm a little excited. Now I gotta hurry in the house. I told the wife I'd only be a few more minutes, and that was a whole lot of minutes ago. So, thanks for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am. I mean, she's ugly, okay? She's ugly, but she's just a little ugly cruiser. You know, one of them, she's a sunny day cruiser. And she don't look completely terrible from about 100 foot away, going about 60 miles an hour. So that's, you know, that's whatever. I just built her to be different. And I built it cheap. So she ain't got no body work. And most of the panels on it got dents and all this, and I spray painted it. So, I mean, you know, whatever. Then I threw some 18s on it. Well, I mean, you know, it's whatever. Thanks for watching Naptime Builder. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate anybody that watches the videos, especially if you watch them all the way through. So, got big things coming. The 55 is coming along.